Hi guys, it's Jen here doing my 13th Project Life Process video. I totally screwed up and I had put this section on regular speed and I was explaining stuff to you, so I will try to do the same. This one I am doing with my scraps that I have left over from my June Citrus Twist kit. So that's what I'm just showing you right now. Excuse all the hand motions, they would have made sense if I had not accidentally deleted the audio for this. But basically I took the larger pieces, cut them into either 4x6 or 3x4 cards and have them in my tray, and then I left all the little scrappy bits in case I wanted to use them for embellishing. And then I have some of those black script thickers left as well, which I did not use, only because they're just a bit too big for Project Life, but I just put them in my stash. I also have these two trays left over. There's some wood veneer, some twine. Those tags are just out of my stash that I had tried to use on layouts, washi tape, some cut aparts, and then there's one wood veneer left from this month, some puffy stickers. Those are a cut apart sheet. And I had a couple of doilies left. Those puffy stickers came in the kit from Evalicious. Those I had bought, and those came in the kit. I can't believe I didn't use them. They're from Poolside, and I'm actually putting them with my July kit because there's Poolside in that kit as well. So I had just wanted to show you that, and I'm just sort of sorting out the little bits I found on the bottom of my tray here into the divided tray. This is how I typically store my kits. For July, I'm actually going to try it in an iris container with the iris container insert and see how that goes. So you might see that a little bit different for next month. So I think that was the end of that, and now I'm on my regular 4x speed and just using up this kit. So let me see here. I didn't have a lot left from the kit, and I tend to like to use, you know, a pattern and then pull in the colors from the pattern, but I kind of had I had a lot of blues left and then no blue, and they didn't really work with each other. So in the end, I only made this Project Life layout, and I did a Kill a Kit video that went up yesterday. I was done with the kit. I did tons with it. I think I did 7 layouts in this Project Life, so I think it was good. This is going to be a really simple one. I basically used 4 of those cut apart 3x4s that I had shown you that were from a piece of pattern paper. I used 2 of the 4x6 cards that I had used cut from my scraps, and then I'm basically just going through and using whatever was left in the kit. I'm not pulling in much of anything from my stash. Here I'm just pulling in numbers to finish out my date. And other than that, I just tried to use what was in the kit, and in some instances I will fully admit that I probably used more than I may have typically done just because I wanted to use those little bits up. So I scatter a bunch of stars. I maybe might not have used quite that many typically, but I think it looks fine, and it's actually a pretty minimally embellished Project Life spread, which is actually my preferred way of doing it. I prefer to try not to embellish each card too much so that the whole overall spread doesn't look too crazy and you know, hard to see. So there I just used, I think they were Jelly Bean Alphas from my stash, and then that June tag was from our cut apart sheet for this month, and those puffy epoxy type stickers are Amy Tangerine, and I'd actually bought those from the store when I got my kit, and so I had just kept that together. And here I'm just pulling it all up because I forgot I had wanted to use that pink doily behind it. So it's all sitting wonky at the moment. I wanted something else on there as well, so I'm just pulling in some of the last of my glittery stars. I loved those from the kit this month, and I'm hoping that she does more of those, or hearts or something like that. So I just wanted to put one more thing, but it was kind of a big space, and there I'm just trying to stick that back down. It never does stick back down properly because I ripped it up. I just wanted something else to fill in that space there because it just sort of looked empty. So I pulled in from my stash that word fun, and it's cork, and I think it's like I think it's from the Journey collection. There was like a a whole package of like cork words, sorry. So I just pulled that one in because I thought it would work out well, and I had lots of little wood veneer bits, so I thought it would match. But other than that, I used the cut apart from Evalicious, and then the cut apart that the kit that's exclusive to the kit that she does every month, and I just use that really simply on the whole spread. Here I'm using one of the branding strips on the bottom just to make it a little bit more interesting. And then I think that little thing, because I don't have it in front of me, you guys can probably see it better, but on my little screen right now it's tiny. I think that says eat and drink or something like that. And then I just put the name of the place that we went to for pizza. This particular week my kids were at something called Maker U at the university here. So every day they went from 9 to 4, I believe, and I dropped them off, and the last day on Friday they had an open house and we all went for pizza afterwards. That card that I'm working on right there is my friend who also lives in the same city, but she has 3 young kids. We don't get to see each other very often. So I went over to visit her, and she just got some new outside furniture. And so I took a picture of it, and we were joking that it kind of looks like a cat. She looks like a catalog model. She's sitting there with her big latte cup. She'd made us drinks, coffee drinks, to sit outside and chat. And yeah, anyways, it was really nice to catch up with her because with 3 kids who are much younger than my kids, it's tough for her to have time. That's the top one that I'm working on. I just pulled it down so that my head was hopefully not in the way. And again, I just used 2 labels, that last wood arrow and a glittery star, keeping them really, really simple this time. Which one am I on? Oh, I've run out of adhesive. I hate that. It drives me absolutely batty. I ordered a whole bunch of this American Crafts. I think it's called This to That because I like it, but there's just not enough on the actual in the refills, and I'm a left-handed person, and I find I bought an ATG and it drives me crazy for really small stuff, so I think I might have to go back to my Tombow and my coupon from Michael's. But anyways, that card there that I just finished was my husband and my son doing paddle sports. That the little lemons were already on there. I just used a couple wood veneers and added a little tag from Evalicious, and just wrote on there that they had gone to that just together without my other son for a little daddy-son bonding time. And then that one that I'm working on right there is one of my sons inside of a robot costume that they had made at their Maker U at the university. For this last card that I'm working on, I left this one to the end. I'm just using an X-Acto knife and a little craft mat, and I'm cutting out around the circle on this card because I want to slip my photo underneath it, and then I'm actually going to put my last flare that was exclusive to the kit on top of it. The word that was actually on there, I think it was fun-loving or lovingness or something like that, totally would have worked, but I wanted to use that flare, and it says sweet thing, and this was me and my son going for a walk alone together at the beach. I can't remember where my older son was at the time. I think he was just at a friend's house and my husband was somewhere. I don't remember, obviously, but the point was that me and my younger son went for a walk on our own and enjoyed ourselves. So I thought a sweet thing was good. So you can see I'm just tucking the photo right up to that and putting the circle over on top of it. It's not really that hard to do, but I just left it to the end because I knew I had to pull out a couple little tools. And then there's that flare. I like the flare that come in the kit. They're a little bit smaller than regular flare, and they have a flat back, which is fantastic because I hate having to layer up foam squares inside of flare to get them to stick down properly. So one more little tag onto that one, and I just cut off the bottom, just writing where we were and that we had gone for a nice walk alone together. Sometimes it's hard to get alone time with each one of your kids, and we only have 2, but it's still sometimes quite hard to do that. So last little bit, this was a really quick spread for me. I looked, I had a couple wood veneer left. There's a little plus sign there, a couple little stars and an arrow, so I'm just using them up, trying not to do it in a way where it looks crazy, and this is a really simple one, so I don't think it does. but just to get them used and put on there. And I think the last one's a little arrow. I'm going to stick right there, and I think I'm going to call it done. I'm going to pull up each of the cards for you, hopefully slowly enough. It's hard to know when you're doing it in real time and then you're speeding up your video so that you can have a look. There's also a close-up at the end. I hope you enjoyed. I should be back next week with another video, and then I'm going to have to take a 1-week break because we're away on vacation and I cannot get 2 videos caught up. But there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.